tune that I wrote about my childhood and some of the memories that accumulated in our little fairy-esque childhood growing up at the very edge of Winnipeg near the forest. But this is actually not of that home, but I have a memory of building a toboggan run off of the roof of our garage. I spent an entire day hauling snow up onto the roof and then made this really spectacular run that sort of went off the highest part, and then it sort of leveled out a little bit and then dropped straight off into our backyard. And then I ended up taking a whole bunch of buckets of water up onto this roof as well, and I iced the whole run. It was great. It was a great toboggan run, but then in the spring, when everything warmed up, it all melted, and actually it melted into the rafters of our garage. And we had to tear the garage down. Whoops!
It was an old garage.
It was an old garage, but still that was really the turning point of that garage being a garage and then it no longer being a garage. So our dad had to build a new one, and then after it was finished being built, he said, "And Madeline, maybe next time, no toboggan runs on this garage."
But I guess something good came out of it. I built you this guitar in that new garage.
Yeah, in the new garage. It's true.
Yay!
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, this song has nothing to do with that story, but the way that memories are funny and that my parents let me. It's called 13 Crows.
To remember how it felt to be 5.5, the edge of a sandbox, shipwrecks, castles, and warlocks, secretly hoping for chicken pox, so you could stay home from school. Wouldn't that be cool? And you wouldn't have to get them when you're older. He shouldn't have bought, like that shitty wind-up radio, and nothing like the one he made in 42 with his dad, a First World War veteran, or that sinister cat. Why did I buy that? I was right, she didn't make me happy. There came a time when he saw his life as he grew older, his pictures laid out in the dust, put them all together one stitch at a time. There were 13 crows on our apple tree. I said, tell me what you think about that. He's so old, he looked around, imagining his world is upside down. All the books falling onto the ceiling, and a huge step over the door frame, and a daughter would never say his name. Walking at the mall, well, lucky that's not how it happened. There came a time when he saw his life as he grew older, his pictures laid out in the dust, put them all together one stitch at a time. A little out of line saying, can you remember that day? There were 13 crows on our apple tree. I said, tell me what you think about that. I'll have you understand there's only two ways in this world to be. You gotta be kind and you gotta be free. I didn't always do that, so take it from me, and I have no complaints. I'll take them up with the saints. If in the end they let me into heaven. There came a time when he saw his life as he grew older, his pictures laid out in the dust, put them all together one stitch at a time. A little out of line saying, can you remember that day? There were 13 crows on our apple tree. I said, tell me what you think about that.
some ice cream.
Okay.